Hi everyone. For this example, I have written rules that you will follow in like a trading system, and I'm going to use just really basic ones, some of the ones that we've covered. I'm going to use RSI and MACD. The rules are for RSI is that if it's 30 or under, I buy. If RSI is 60 or over, I sell. With MACD line, if it crosses up from the signal line, the MACD line is in blue at the bottom. If it crosses over the signal line, which is in orange, then I buy. And when the MACD line crosses down from the signal line, I sell. Really simple rules. Anyone can do this, right? And we're going to start here. And we're just going to see, this is just an example, if this would work, right? Would we make money? This is, we're going to start in July 2022 after the bull market ended. It was way down, and this is not on the peak of a bull run. I think it's more fair that way. And let's just see if it would happen. Let's bring it over. Okay, so we're starting from this corner right here, and okay, our first hit, the RSI is under 30, right? So that's a buying signal, right? I will buy at that point. Change it to green when I buy, right? And then we go a little bit of time. Did it hit 60 here? Nope. Did it hit 60 here? It's 59. Okay, it hit 60 on this day. On this day we would sell, right? Because the RSI is over. I'll put it in red. Now let's try that with the MACD. Let's see. We started here. So our buying signal for the MACD would be a little earlier. It would be right here. So let's do that. MACD line crosses over. Change it to green. And the MACD, it crosses down here, right? This is when the MACD goes down. Okay, and that's going to be a sell. Ooh, come on, MACD. Make that right. Okay, so I'm gonna do a number 1 for RSI just for the simplicity of this example. I'm just gonna write 1, and then the RSI is, this is 1, and then this is 2, this is 2. Okay, so let's just look real quick. Have we made money if you bought here and you sold there? Would you have made a percentage gain? You would have made 21% on the RSI, right? Would you have made money on the MACD? So the MACD is here, and then we sold roughly here, say here. So you would have made 7.5%, right? So they both made money. The RSI made more money, and you've sold both. So now you have a clean slate, right? So let's continue. Let's continue. Okay, so you're sold, and then things have gone down. The RSI here, it's not quite under 30 yet. Okay, so it gets to under 30 here, right? So then we would buy at that point, right, with the RSI. What about the MACD? Is the MACD line crossed over the signal line? It hasn't. Oh, here it crosses over the signal line on this day, right? I'll actually make this bigger and see. Okay, it's exactly on that day. So let's just, so here it crosses over. And you can see on the left here, it tells you what's happening. So the MACD line is in blue. It's 455, and so it doesn't, on there it hasn't crossed over. Okay, and then here we see it crosses over. Oh, it's next. So the MACD line is technically it crosses over here because negative 55 is more positive than negative 49, right? So technically there, right? And it's really important to use these on the right when it's that close. Use the indicator here, so that we buy, all right, according to our rules. Okay, let's see what happens. Then, so this is our RSI. Okay, let's see what happens. Has it gotten to 60 here with the RSI? No. Has it crossed over? No, the RSI is still higher up. It's closer to 0 because it's in the negative, right? So still nothing. What about here? With the RSI, has the RSI? Yeah, has it crossed to the negative? Oh yeah, it does cross to the negative right here. So, and I've expanded the MACD. So, see, negative 76 is closer to 0. So we would sell, right? So that's the MACD. And I'm gonna label it real quick. 2. So we're out of that position. Would you have made money? No, I don't think you would have made money. I think you would have maybe lost money at that point. All right, let's get a little closer. Let me just. I think it's right here. And then we sold. So you would have barely lost anything, I think. And you sold it. Oh no, it's green, right? So you would have pretty much been neutral. You might have lost 1.49%, right? And it's really close. There's a lot of indecision there. So you would have lost. If you had made 7%, you would be at 6%, right? Because it was 7 and some change. So let's look at the RSI. So we're out of that one. So this is the RSI. Oh, and we see the RSI. Okay, boom. The RSI did well. Here, you would have sold the RSI here. Right? So I'm going to label that guy. Okay, let me get my pen out. Okay. So, would you have made money? Because it was down and it was there. So you would have made 14%. So far the RSI, the MACD isn't doing bad. You're still positive on the MACD, but the RSI is outperforming, right? And the MACD is it's very close. There's a lot of indecision here, right? Let's just zoom in on the MACD. So here it pops up, then you would have sold immediately. All right, let's just, for the sake of this example, let's see if you would have bought it here. Let's see if you followed it like that closely. You would have bought it here, right? And then you would have sold it immediately when it crossed down. Because, oh, did it cross down? Okay. No, I think the RSI. It's so close. I don't know. Let's see if we can't see what we can do with the chart. You would have bought here, and it doesn't touch, right? Like, look at that. It doesn't touch at all. You buy here, and it doesn't cross over until here. Okay. So we would have sold at this point, right? This is when the MACD in blue, we were sold at that point, crosses down from the signal line. Okay. So we have another 2. So would you have made money? Yep, you would have made some dough. Some dough for show. Oh, maybe that's a little generous. Yeah, that's better right there. You would have made 8%, right? And you would have sold it before it got way down. All right, so the RSI is less money, but it seems to be hitting more often. So that's something I didn't know if didn't expect that. Interesting. Then you keep going here. So you would buy on the RSI at this point, right? You buy here. And then let's just follow the RSI. It doesn't quite hit. It gets to 60 here. Right, is that 60? It's 59 point. Yeah, that's close enough. I'd probably sell there, right? It seems like 59. What's that? I mean, I don't think it technically is, right? It's a 59.18. Oh man, that is. I mean, technically that's a no, right? And I can see that as green, but if I don't know, would you sell? I mean, are we splitting hairs here? If you did sell, because you're like, it's close enough, right? Oh no, but it's here, right? I mean, it's technically a no, but I feel like maybe human being, like I would sell. If I'm being honest, I probably would sell. I'm gonna use as realistic as it can be. I'm not trying to make it better for the video. That I would probably sell at that point, right? You know, I probably would. But it's close enough. That's probably what I would do, right? It's just what I would probably do. In all honesty. Let's see if you can. So I will buy, because yeah, it was way down. Oh, it was because it was way down that day. And so that's 13%. That's not bad. But we see, because we can see to the future that it's not. But you don't know that, right? You don't know that. So you're here, and that's all you know. Well, let's look at the MACD. Let's see what okay, so the signal line crosses up here. You'd make a buy. So make that green. And then, okay, let's look at this guy. It's fun, like, so, ooh, what did I do? Okay, so here's when we made the buy. Made the buy here, and it crosses down here. So we would sell there. And let's write it. Let me get my pen out. 2, 2. All right, I'm gonna do the better 2. Right? So we bought it here, and we sold it. I mean, I'm splitting hairs here, but it's a like 2% gain, or 1% gain, or neutral. So it's almost nothing, right? It's very neutral. I think technically you made 1%, but you didn't lose anything. Maybe on taxes, but you haven't lost anything really. So now we see knowing the future, but we don't know, right? We're here. We don't know. All right, let's see the MACD line. I can already tell the MACD line's about to really serve us. So you buy here, or no, and then sell here, right? Because we're nitpickers like that. You buy here and then sell here, right? You just would. These are absolute rules. We don't choose when we follow these rules, right? And that I'm not even going to measure that. It's neutral or nothing, or maybe slightly up, maybe slightly down, but it's just so neutral that it doesn't even matter. 2 okay. And the RSI it's not in any sort of range. It's not low. It's just been elevated. It's been from 57, roughly 60 to 42, right? It's been in a range. And the MACD has been underperforming relative to the gains that the RSI is giving us, right? So next thing we do, okay, so the MACD, it's about to give us a sweet nugget of money. So here, okay, so I'll say, okay, it crosses up. That's the next day. Okay, so then maybe that's the day you buy it. Okay, so you buy it there. And when would you sell it? You sell it here, right? And you can change it to like 4 hours, but that changes the MACD too. It changes the line, and we've chosen. You have to choose the time frame, right? And it doesn't matter. There's no perfect time frame. I've just chosen the daily chart. We would sell roughly here. I mean, exactly here, because this is the day it's like it hit, but it didn't cross over yet, and then boom, this is clearly down, right? And we have made money, right? The RSI, has not been in a range for us to do anything with based on our rules. So let's say you get from the top of the green candle to the top of this green candle, 37%, right? That RSI, it didn't perform until it did, right? So this is just a short example of how good entry points, good exit points, using simple indicators can help you make money. They don't always work out that way. If you kept going for a year, you would have losses. But in the end, through all the times you bought, all the times you sold, you would make money, right? And you would sell at appropriate times. There are a lot more indicators that get used, there's a lot more rules that get used, but this is the idea. You have an Excel file that calculates your profitability. We did with the ruler just to show you, but that's how it works. You've run a simple simulation, a simple trading simulation, and we saw that the RSI might have made more money overall, but when the MACD performed, it performed beautifully. So now you know what running a trading system is. I don't know why other videos, they don't really show this. They don't show how you would use it. They just present information. And let's move on to the next little part of the video where I give you some of the experience that I've had trading, which is very important. What actually has happened in the trenches. I'm giving you this video that I found. I took many trading courses and I finally got to this. It seems like people, they just present information. They present slides and facts, but they don't actually do this. They don't actually run it for you. This is considered a case study. This is considered a simulation run based on your rules. And people, what they do is they do it for 6 months, and they do it like every day or every week, when the time they set to do it, and they do it for 6 months based on their rules. They run multiple different rules, different trading systems, and at the end of the 6 months, they have a lot of confidence. because they've seen it work out. They know in the back of their mind, they know that if I follow my rules, I'll do better than if I don't follow my rules. I'll make money in the end, as opposed to, you know, throwing blind darts out there. And you're going to have losses, it's part of it, but you'll come out on top. And you get that confidence running these trading simulations. So make sure to subscribe to the video if you enjoyed this part. I recommend you rewatch this, and that you find a trading system that takes your personality into account. We didn't set any stop losses, which is another thing that we would have done if it was a real system. We would have had another rule for when to get out. Everything worked out pretty well. We didn't need to get out. We sold at appropriate times. But real trading systems would have a lot more rules and a lot more rules on getting out. And that just keeps you safe. It keeps you profitable.